course information. This is the course description about this subject. And we are going to have two parts because the fifth meeting is going to be the case study where I'm giving you the case study and then you have to discuss, and the learning time required for that particular case study is about 8 hours. So for this part, two parts, this weekend and next weekend, I'm going to give you a case study which 10%. You're going to have a presentation about the case study about 5%. And I think I have uploaded the post-module assessment in the e-learning, which is 40%. And second part will be also a case study, two case study. And the second part is more on the quality tool. I will introduce you 7 quality tool and 7 new quality tool, which consists of affinity diagram, interrelationship diagram, and so on. And then, of course, you're going to have a presentation. I need to assess your presentation, and then I'm giving you test by online. So we will agree after finishing the second part when you want me to open up the test in the e-learning. So I will give you, for example, 3 days, so you can spend any of your available time to answer the test. The test is very easy, just ABC, multiple choices. It's not that difficult. Okay, and this is the planning for these 4 days. I have highlighted here, and as you see here, day 1 and day 2 is more on the total quality management. But on the day 3 and day 4, you need to do some exercises. Probably, usually I will give you some, what we call it, data, and then you have to discuss with your group, plot the data, and so on. So day 3 and day 4 is more on the activity. So I hope you can gain some experience, especially how to deal with data and how to report the data, and then you can get the benefit, especially if you involve with the Lean Six Sigma activity under DMAC. I will emphasize on how you are going to define the problem, how measure the problem, analyze using the 7 tools that I'm going to teach you in the day 3 and day 4. On day 5, as you notice in the WhatsApp group, I've given you the Dreamliner case about the battery of Dreamliner, lithium-ion battery, that makes 50 of 787 grounded because of the battery problem. And not just on the 50 aircraft grounded, but there are another issues contributed to that problem, which is anxiety of the passengers. So why I'm giving you that problem? Actually, I want you to appreciate that quality is very important. Cost of poor quality. You imagine how many billion, 1 billion US spent by Boeing to fix, to redesign the battery, and then how many billion lost due to the flight grounded, and how many billion probably someone being fired by the airline to Boeing. And how about the anxiety? Can you count the losses? This is what we call cost of poor quality. So after this, when I start my lecture, I will show you one video about the implication if we do not improve our quality. So this is about the courses what we are going to cover in this 4 days. And as you see here, CO1, CO3 and so on, this related to your course information. You can open up in your e-learning. Okay, now I would like to open up the slide. This class. The slide already in the e-learning, but for the purpose of this class, I have to improve the slide. So this is my delivery. Okay. So this is my name, as you know. I'm not going to introduce myself because most of you already know me. You are from Kellogg's, and you?
I'm from the oil and gas industry.
What?
I'm from the oil and gas industry.
Oil and gas industry. So you're working over here or platform?
Previously was on the platform, but now I'm back to the office.
Back in the office.
Yeah. I will be doing the role of project risk management.
Project risk management. You?
I'm a civil engineer specializing in the water engineering field.
Water engineering.
Consultation.
Consultation. Okay. You?
I'm a solar engineer.
Solar.
Yeah.
Where?
Spectre Green, Singapore.
Singapore. So you're driving from JB just now?
No, I'm staying at Puchong.
Puchong. Okay, you?
I just graduated last year.
Graduated last year. Civil engineering. So you're fresh engineer. Fresh engineer. So you need to learn from your senior here. They are very experienced people working in the industry. Okay, you?
Oil and gas.
Oil and gas. Same company, is it?
Different.
Different. Which company?
Petronas.
Petronas. Oh, Petronas, quite close.
But not here, in Pengerang.
Or in Pengerang?
Yes.
I think I have one student working in Pengerang. Syed Izari. You know him? Okay, you?
System integrator.
Huh?
System integrator.
System integrator.
Yeah.
System integrator. What you are doing?
Using the PLC.
PLC, so automation.
Yeah, automation.
So you are quite relevant to our new faculty next year. Okay, you?
Food and beverage
Food and beverage. What company is that?
FNN.
FNN. FNN. FNN Kellogg's. So okay. 2 food industry, 2 oil and gas, consultant, solar, and you?
Power transmission.
Huh?
Power transmission.
Power transmission. You are the one from JB just now? No, still.
Another one,
You are
JB,
waiting for that lady from Johor Bahru.
Okay.
She's stuck in the highway. Very busy. Okay, you?
Industrial.
Industrial engineer.
Industry.
Intel. So from Penang?
Yeah.
From Johor, from Penang. Last time, I can't remember what year, we did a special program for Intel staff, around 25 of them, for this program, MEBM. But our class was in Kulim. In Kulim, we ran up one lecture room there. Anjung Unimac, Kulim. So Intel is quite familiar for our faculty actually. You?
From machine maker industry.
Machine industry. AI, we use AI. Welcome to AI faculty next year. You?
Yeah,
I'm assistant professor in Pakistan Mechanical Department. I have a 15-year work experience with oil and gas companies in Dubai, South Korea, and other countries.
Dubai, South Korea.
Yeah, I was there.
So international experience. And finally, he came back to Pakistan to work at to the university to share the knowledge he gained in the industry abroad to Pakistan people. Okay, about myself, I graduated my bachelor degree in 1995. Yeah, 1995. And then I worked with Proton, not very long, just 1 year, because that time our economy kind of booming. And then I joined UTM as a tutor, and then they sent me to further study, master in UK. Then once I arrived UK, the economy boom. Our ringgit to 6 ringgit equivalent to £1. Before that, it was 4.5 ringgit to £1, and 2.5 ringgit for $1 US dollar. 1 ringgit 20 cent equivalent to $1 Singapore. But now, but once it goes down, it's very difficult to take it out. Okay, then after I finished my master in 1998, I did my PhD in 2006. Then I actually I've been working in UTM for 25 years, and I'm teaching many courses. In the early of my career in UTM, I'm teaching pure mechanical engineering, fluid mechanics, turbo machineries, turbines, and so on. So I'm quite familiar with that. But after I returned from PhD in 2009, I was introduced with this quality, lean, quality engineering, and so on. Because when I did my PhD, I also do something on how to improve quality in the manufacturing process. How could we improve the quality by optimizing the processing parameter. So until today, 2009 until 2023, I'm teaching this course, quality. Before this, I'm teaching this course together with my mentor, Professor Shari Sensei. But now he is in Meiji University working there. He's a contract professor after retired from UTM. So now, I'm the senior for this course. Hopefully, I will survive here for another 8 years before my retirement. Okay. So, you're from Delhi.
Finally. Finally.
Jam in the highway. Okay. What does word quality means to you? Please, in my class, I want you to speak rather than I am lecturing or mumbling. So what is quality? What is quality? What does quality means to you?
Reliability.
Okay, reliability. Okay. You accept that, reliability. If it is reliable, then we say it is quality. Probably we buy one shirt or probably shoes.
Of course.
I'm using these shoes since 2013 until today, so almost 10 years. So it's reliable. So it's quality for me. You buy a car, it's reliable. For example, you buy Toyota, reliable. You don't have any problem driving that car until you're going to trade in the car because you want to buy another new car. So reliable. Why else? How the quality means to you?
Cost.
Cost? Yeah.
Cost.
Why fast? Later I will instill to you about my philosophy about quality. Later. Yesterday I have briefed Mr. Ayas about my philosophy about quality. Why quality? But now I'm asking, okay, next.
Meet standards and performance.
Standard. Performance. What else?
Expectation.
Expectation of customers.
Yeah.
What else?
Satisfaction.
Okay. This is satisfaction. Customer. Certain characteristic. Yeah. Probably is characteristic related to the customer needs. For example, function needed by the customer on the smartphone, for example. Probably characteristic that we need on the laptop, car, anything. What else?
No defect.
Huh?
No defect.
Defectless, yeah. Zero defect. Zero defect. And cost. And standard performance. All this is related. Next week I will introduce you SPC, Statistical Process Control. There is limit, upper limit and lower limit, and then the average. So anything goes outside the limit, so we consider reject. So we consider defect. But not just accept or reject, but we have to monitor the trend as well. Is there anything the chart goes upward, or there is a tendency goes downward, or remain at some level?
Consistent.
So that is indicator for us that we need to probably check our tooling, check our machines, check our people, and so on. Because maybe that is indicator that allowing us something, some disaster will be happening. So zero defect. So if no defect, everything accepted by the customer or between the limit, so it helps us reduce cost. It helps us reduce cost. So how about price when we improve quality? Any answer for that? This price is proportionate to quality.
No.
Okay, let's make a comparison.
So optimize.
Expensive shirt. Just give a brand, whatever brand. Any brand that you bought from Isetan, consider expensive. Then you can wear it. You are happily using it. But there is another shirt that is prepared by the tailor in Complex Pertama Complex. But still you satisfied with that, and then you can wear it until you get boring because your body didn't expand or probably didn't shrink. So expensive and cheap. Of course, tailor just cheap, not expensive compared to the one that you bought from Isetan PLCC. You still satisfied, still reliable. This price indicates quality. Is the price proportionate to quality? Okay, car, for example, Toyota car, as opposed to Rolls Royce. You know Rolls Royce? Rolls Royce built car to those who have no problem to buy the car. Any price they will buy. For example, the royal family, Sultan of Johor, any sultan, they will buy Rolls Royce. Even the dashboard, whatever grain you want for the dashboard, for example, you want wood grain, they will go to the jungle, find out the trees, and then cut the tree for you and make a dashboard for you. Seat, leather seat, what kind of leather you want? If you want horse leather, you can go to Kazakhstan, buy horse leather and make a seat for you. That's Rolls Royce. But Toyota, one of the elements in Toyota is standardization. They will standardize for you. So the price is cheap. The philosophy of making car by Toyota is when Taicho Wano start to rebuild Toyota, after the first cycle of Toyota, they fallen down. After Ichiro retired, and then he passed the baton to his nephew, and one of the machine shop guy, very good person, Taicho Ono. Then they built up the Toyota, and Taicho Ono said, we want to build a car at the cheapest, at the lowest cost possible. Lowest cost possible. So, price versus quality. Does it make sense? Any answer for that? Any answer? Does it make sense? Price versus quality.
But we cannot compromise quality for price.
We cannot compromise quality for price. Yes. But it's not necessarily high quality product is expensive. Not necessarily high quality product is expensive. But when the price is expensive, they have to make sure customer satisfaction. So they have to fulfill what customer expecting from the price, the value for money, the value. So, value. When we talk about quality, that's a value. Because customer paying us because they want to get the value from what they are expecting. So it's quite generous value. Probably product. I want this because I need to use it to operate my projector. So that's a value. Without this, I cannot do anything. I have to climb to switch on the projector. So that's a value. I want to stay in the hotel because I'm traveling to Penang. So I want to stay one night, and then they provide me a hotel room. Hotel provide me a hotel room. So that's a value. I'm paying them 220 ringgit because I'm getting the service. So service is a value. Product is a value. So customer is paying the value. So anything which related to this quality is about value. Whether the value that they are getting is worth or not. If it is worth it, then it's quality. So it's about satisfying our needs. When our needs satisfied, we got the value that we want, so that's quality. Any of you didn't agree with me, so you can argue, no problem, because this is active learning class. Please, anything you would like to say?
Why
Yeah.
do sometimes I feel that when the quality is there,
Mhm.
some companies they tend to charge a premium for it. So how does that go about?
Okay. What's your opinion? When the company knows that they are delivering quality, so they want to put something like a premium something, and then charge higher. For example, Qatar Air. Qatar Airways, you know, they are number one now. Before Qatar Airways, before that, it was Emirates. Emirates not charging very expensive, except the food at Terminal 3 in Dubai is expensive. Am I right? Food in Terminal 3. So that's the strategy. They consider almost competitive price for the airline, but cheap price for transit. The longer you transit, the cheaper you're going to get. Why? Because they want you to go to Dubai for shopping. But when you go to Dubai, very easy to go out through the immigration. If you already go to the waiting area to take shower and so on, you can bypass the line, and then you bypass the what we call the gate, and then the alarm sound, and then the officer say, no problem, go, it's okay. It's Arab style, It's big in Dubai, you know. So the price is cheaper if you take long transit, because you are contributing to the economy. Shopping in Dubai expensive. Otherwise, tourists, especially from our area, they don't want to shopping there because it's expensive. A Big Mac burger costs you around 30 dirham. Breakfast 60 dirham, crazy. 60 dirham multiplied by 1.2. Expensive. Breakfast, just breakfast. Toast, egg, and coffee. 60 dirham, you're right, in the restaurant.
But these are some locations where the cost
Yes.
is high.
Yeah. There is area Sakom area, the computer area.
Center.
Center. Sakom, I cannot remember the name. My
The Burj
friend.
Khalifa itself.
In that area, in the center, it's very expensive. Unless you go outskirts of the Dubai, and then the price is cheap. But of course, when you transit, you take train, you have no choice. That's a strategy for the economy. But for Qatar, when they become number one, they try to portray themselves as premium. So the price is elite price, although you are taking economy class. And the cost of operation also increase for Qatar Air. Why? Because they increase the salary of their crew. Normal airline, if the crew didn't fly, they will get basic salary around Singapore Airlines around 800 Sing dollar, Malaysia Airlines around 1,200 Malaysia ringgit, but Qatar Air they give 1,500 US dollar. If they fly, they will earn more. So the cost increase, and then that's why they put a premium, and then they expect their staff can remain the quality, because they want their quality measure is their customer satisfaction. That happens actually. But again, quality is not necessarily expensive. But there are companies are playing that, because there's a thinking. Arab have different kind of thinking. ANA, All Nippon Airways, and Japan Airlines, they are providing good quality as well, especially the cleanliness with the omotenashi. Omotenashi is like Malaysian hospitality. In Malaysia we have MH, Malaysia Hospitality, but in Japan we have omotenashi. Omotenashi is a Japanese hospitality with a Japanese value. So the main important element in omotenashi is respect people and cleanliness. You will notice it is very clean in Japan Airlines and All Nippon Airways. Very clean. But still stingy. That's the culture. Stingy. Actually, I'm working with Lin so many years, and one of my colleagues also from Toyota, but now he resigned, he joined academics. I started to introduce with Lin since 2009, but until today, after how many years, 2009 until now 2023, in 2023 I start to realize that what is Toyota way philosophy? Yeah, to make people happy, to make customers happy, to make employees happy, and then the company got more profit, and then they share the profit with employees. But there was one incident that my friend Shari Sensei, he's living in Japan, and when he visited one area, then he met one Japanese, and then that guy said he retired from Toyota, and then because we are quite familiar with Toyota way, and we have been to Toyota factory many times in Nagoya. So when we met people from Toyota, we quite excited to talk about the good thing about Toyota. And that old man just listened, very relaxed, and then finally he responded that there is a dark side of Toyota. There is dark side of Toyota. Similarly, when we talk about Japan, in this course, you will notice that about the quality knowledge after Second World War, the quality knowledge comes from Japan. You just name Deming, Joran, Crosby. Actually, they are building quality in Japan. And Dr. Ishikawa and my teacher, Genichi Taguchi. Myself and Dr. Rosita, we learn direct from the family of Dr. Genichi Taguchi about quality. So, quality, after Second World War, you learn from Japan. Many of the tools that I'm going to teach you from Japan, but before Second World War, they are from US. But it's good, actually. You can see the Toyota production system is good to give value to customer, give value to the employee. But there are people in Toyota, they are not satisfied with the Toyota culture. Why? And also the dark side of Japan. You learn about the teamwork and everything. Seems like they are good, they are ID, but there are the dark side of Japan. But they are human. So from there I start to realize that Toyota production system is about stingy. Reduce cost until we cannot reduce it anymore. Reduce price. You imagine Pokka drink in Japan, the price of Pokka drink remains the same as the price in 1985. Although the inflation increases, but the price of the drink still remains the same. How they manage to do that? It's a Kaizen principle. Kaizen. Not Kaizen, Kaizen. That's Japanese pronunciation. Kaizen. Kai. Improve. Zen. For better. Improve for the better. So the Kaizen philosophy in Japanese organization never stop. So they improve. So eliminate muda, muri, and mura. So when we eliminate this, we can avoid non-value added to the process. So that we can remain the price. So if our competitors do not know how to improve, how to eliminate the non-value added, so they cannot survive with the situation because the price of the raw material increases. But in our country, our manufacturer, our businesses, they never think about improving this, eliminating this. Mudah. So they still keep complaining, price increase. Cost, raw material increase. Then finally they request for increased price. For example, food. Now, plate of meal, lunch, the price around 8 ringgit to 10 ringgit. Am I right? 8 ringgit to 10 ringgit. The cheapest 7 ringgit. But you know, during my days in the university, undergraduate, 3 ringgit considered expensive. 3 ringgit considered expensive. Normally, we eat around 1 ringgit 50 cent or maximum 2 ringgit. 2 ringgit with drink. That time, it was 1990, my metric number AJ91. AJ91 0184. Okay, 91, I enter UTM, undergraduate. And I graduate from UTM, I work in Proton. When I work in Proton, it's around 3 ringgit to 4 ringgit price of food because I'm living in Shah Alam. But now, what happened due to salary? I'm talking about quality, yeah? I'm not running from this topic about quality of living. How about our salary? The starting salary is similar to my starting salary way back in 1995. So what this indicates, we start in the middle. So what happened to our industry? So the productivity measures. What happened to our productivity? Do you notice that? What happened to our productivity index? For the past 5 years, Najib, when he was the Prime Minister, 5 years, last 5 years, or more than. During Najib time, he also alarmed this. Our productivity declining. That's why we start in the middle, because the company can afford to increase the pay. Because productivity pay is proportionate to the productivity. Why our productivity declining? Although we can see from the Bank Negara, from the National Central Bank, we have a lot of export, but not that high. If we were to compare import and export, our import is more than export. That's our problem. So that's our indicator that we are having problem. We have less export than import. We are importing so much, especially the food. Food we are importing from this country, Pakistan, basmati rice. Food we are importing. Without importing food, we cannot survive. Our paddy in Sikinchan, in Kedah cannot feed us. It's not enough to feed us. What else we are importing? A lot of things, especially food. So that's a problem solved. Another problem is the talent, young talent who really work in the productive sector. How many of you want to work in the manufacturing? I don't know how many of you. Working in the manufacturing company. You want to work? You are working in manufacturing. Where's the location? Intel Penang, okay. Penang, okay, no problem. I've been to Intel. Comfortable.
I was in Lafarge.
Huh?
Lafarge.
Lafarge, where is
It's
it?
a cement production.
Cement production, yeah. How do you feel? The environment, working environment.
Nice. Okay.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, because
cement.
I think because Lafarge is a multinational company. It's come from
Because
France.
multinational,
Yeah.
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 But how about if you work in Negeri Sembilan Cement?
Sima. Yeah,
Sima.
yeah, yeah.
In Seremban. something.
Yeah, I got offer as well in the Sima. yeah. I went there. Yeah. I think the culture
How's
is.
the environment like?
I
Is
think
it comfortable?
I
for the
think
young people
the
to
worst
work?
case, I saw my friends, even the PPE, they didn't get the PPE right. So
Uh-huh.
that's culture was there. Then maybe there's not provide the right PPE. So the culture towards the qualities of safety is quite low.
Safety.
Yeah.
And I work in Proton. During those days, I think okay in Proton. Maybe Proton is a big company, GLC. The facility, the package they are giving good, okay, including maternity benefits, hospital maternity benefit for the wife. So good. But how about SME? Even Panasonic. Any of you experience working in Panasonic? Shah Alam? I cannot explain tell more here. Because it's recorded. But yeah, the quality environment working, because people working in the company is also called customer. You are internal customer, and another part of customer is the real customer is the one who buy the value, who is buying the value. So if the internal customer not satisfied, so how they are going to give satisfaction to the external customer? That's the issue. So if you ask young generation, they don't want to work in the private sector because of the work quality environment.
Is it because of the leaderships, poor leaderships?
Poor leadership, yeah, you're right, poor leadership. And then the gap between the generation.
Yes, exactly.
During my generation, it's no problem, boss, scold us. I have many stories when I would like to share when I work with Proton. Now, people working medical graduate, they don't want to work as doctor. Why? Because of the gap. Because the way the baby boomer teach the junior is different than what junior expecting.
Expectation, correct.
The expectation different. In manufacturing industry, scold is common. Give high voice is common. Even in the hospital, doctor, senior doctor, the consultant, they want to teach the junior doctor, they will scold. Quite harsh, how they teach. Because that's how they've been educated. So maybe generation gap also a problem. And many of our young generation, they like to work in the company that is close to the MRT or LRT. And comfortable environment in KLCC and condition and so on. So that makes another factor that makes our productivity declining. And another thing is the STEM grading. STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics graduate. Young generation demotivated to learn STEM in the university. Any of you father or mother here, don't you notice that your child standard 3 being introduced with algebra, that during our days we learn in form 3, Janjang arithmetic or arithmetic progression being introduced in standard 6. During our time we were introduced in additional maths form 4. Is it crazy? to test acid and non-acid, alkali or acid or neutral, using litmus paper. My son, standard 3, did experiment for that. So now, what is the purpose of schooling? To give motivation. School is to give motivation so that they're being motivated and then they take up their tertiary education, especially for STEM. That's the purpose. I remember during my days, there are my friends who like to further their study in chemical. I like to study in physics because I love physics. I like to study mathematics because I love mathematics. Because they've been motivated by the school syllabus. But now, all boys or girls, they don't want to take up STEM because they know it is going to be very difficult.
Is it because of no, I get a different view. Is it? I think the syllabus now is changes. Yeah, I admit it's quite harsh. It's quite difficult. But in terms of teachers and schools oriented that love to result oriented rather than progress oriented, they prefer that okay, if you this kind of syllabus, everyone must score to this kind of syllabus. So they cannot appreciate the failures then. So they're supposed to expect the failure because you just change the subjects. Alright. So I think it's the teachers and the school actually must appreciate the failures and follow the progress. Instead of very result oriented, you must get A for mathematics, you must get A for science. So
That's
that
why
becomes
now
pressure.
they no longer have examination in school.
Yeah. I think they start moving towards that. But teacher as well and parents as well should admit that result oriented during examination, I think it's no longer.
And our society also discriminate
Yeah,
who didn't get
yeah,
status.
about that the reason why the student get pressure.
But what is the implication? Our productivity decline. So there's a lot of issues in our country. I'm sorry, I have to tell you about Malaysia. Then I'll come to Malaysia. Japan also they have problem. They are facing same problem like us. Their digital index. Have you noticed the digital index of Japan is lower than Malaysia? But Malaysia thought Japan is better. Better in some sense, but they are still manual. Many of them are still manual. The government still operate manual, you still operate manual. Still, you have to fill out the form. Ours, more digital. What else? Competitive, yeah, they are better because of the GDP. Because it's related to the strategy, relates to how the company contribute to the economy. Mostly Japan, they are bottom up. In Malaysia, we are top down. For example, Toyota comes from bottom. There's an initiative by the entrepreneur. Initially in Nagoya, there was a textile city. Nagoya was a textile city. Textile. That's why ladies, when I brought my student to Nagoya, especially ladies, they would like to buy textile. But you cannot find textile in Nagoya anymore. If you want to buy textile in Tokyo, you go to Nippori. Nippori, N-I-P-O-R-I, that's a textile town. Gadget or electrical, that is Akihabara. But I don't like to go there. So crowded. Because Tokyo is kind of second home to me. It's nothing. Now in Nagoya, after the family of Toyota brought automotive industry to Toyota, to Nagoya, now Nagoya is the automotive city. Similar to Hiroshima, there's a Mazda city there. So they have transformed. So the initiative to transform the city from textile city to automotive city was made by the entrepreneur. It's not by the government, because that time after Second World War, the government also don't want automotive industry. They said, why don't we just buy from US or Germany or from European, because they already established. Why must Japanese build a car? But the family of Toyota said, Keiichiro Toyoda, he said, later Japan will going to have highway from Nagoya, the first highway of Japan from Nagoya to Tokyo. So we want Japanese car on our highway. So that's why we start to build the car from scratch. Have you seen the video? Yeah, that's the history. Yeah? Okay. So the initiative comes from the bottom. In Malaysia, from the top. And the entrepreneurs always following what the grant or program set by the government. So usually in the ministry, when the program established, government expect there is a momentum by the industry, by the player to move forward. But our scenario in Malaysia, when the government stop that program, everybody stop. And then they will hunting another program, and then we will follow another program. And then we have no progression. So that's why we start in the middle.
Why we never learn since the
Never learn because the entrepreneurs, they are lazy. Because they always think about quick ROI. Return of investment, quick ROI. When I assess industry, especially SME, there's a gap between young generation and old generation. The old generation always want quick ROI. Okay, I'm giving you this much. Where's my money back? They ask the third generation or fourth generation. And fourth generation also think about future, progress. IR 4.0. But this old man, I don't want why must computer? Why must computer? Why do we do it manual? 40 years I've been doing it manually. Together with your grandfather. But now you expect digital, expect to use AI. What is rubbish AI? So there's a gap there. So how could we progress if this old generation is still there?
Generation gap.
Similarly to politics.
Exactly.
Sorry, record.
We can edit it.
I can
We can pause.
if our ROI is so quick, right? Why the industry refuse or do not want to pay the employee higher with time, right? If you know your ROI now is high, right?
It's not ROI high. ROI is low, getting lower and lower because of the cost increases, and they didn't improve themselves with Kaizen. They don't have Kaizen culture in their organization. So ROI, they expect quick ROI from their investment. But there is no Kaizen culture there, improvement culture. They want to remain as they are operating 40 years ago. There's a problem. There's no Kaizen. There is no Kaizen culture.
Yeah, actually, it's mainly because of mindset of the generation.
Mindset. Because we are user mindset. We have user mindset. Because this country, this Peninsula Malaysia, okay, this is Thailand and this is very small appendix. In the world over is like appendix, and then this is Singapore here. And
Singapore is random.
and this is west, and then they transit through Singapore going to the east. What does it mean?
We're the middle.
We are traders. This country is for traders, not for the what we call it, innovators. Because we are just buying from the west and then we sell to the east, or we buy from the east, then we sell to the west. We are living like this since 1,000 years. Now we expect us to change
Immediately.
to become innovator. Forget about it, because innovator is over here. They innovate and then they give this to these people to sell to the West. We are good in marketing probably. We are good in marketing, we are good in selling, but we are not good in
Manufacturing or producing.
producing. Manufacturing we have problem because we have less raw materials. I spoken to my ex-boss, he was the one who started Proton from scratch. So one day when you want to start Proton, he make 4 or 5. One of them is my boss, and I still close with him. He retired from Proton already. And I asked him, Dato', what is your opinion when our Prime Minister, second time he ruling the country, second time appointed as Prime Minister, he want to initiate third shutdown. And then my boss keep quiet. He said, you know, when we make Proton, 70% of our cost is for raw material. 70% of the cost for raw material, majority for steel. And then we importing steel abroad, from China. And then how much we could sell a car? In average in Malaysia, the price in the middle, the price that Malaysia can afford is around 60,000 ringgit. If it is more than 100,000, it's considered luxury. It goes to the right hand side of the normal distribution curve. If it is cheaper than that, okay, no problem. But you can expect the not quality, the specification is lower specification. But 60,000, that's why Myvi is the most best selling car because price is around 60,000. So with this price, how much is it cost? Now you are importing the raw material and the ringgit declining, so because they are trading in US dollar. So how could you remain the price at 60,000 ringgit? So it's no way for our automotive industry actually. So we have to think other thing that we have a lot of raw materials local. Still we import.
Example, in the industry, do you think we can?
Furniture. So that's the problem. Because we start, we have difficulty to move forward.
Depends on industry also.
Industry, especially in Batu Pahat and in Muar. We went to one of the timber industry, furniture industry in Muar. You know how many container they export? Not 1 month, a day. 20 container a day before COVID. Export. Export, not for local. Export. 20 container a day. We assume if they work 25 days a week, so how many container? We just multiply.
25 days.
Yeah. So that's our potential. Furniture.
What is the margin?
Good margin. I can share with you because we already signed the NDA. There is a behind story about furniture industry in Muar.
Just now, Doctor talked about car for companies. 70% is the cost
Yeah.
of the
Raw material.
So for furniture, could be 40, 30?
For future,
Yeah.
Furniture.
For the
Furniture.
Furniture.
Furniture, actually, they just pay the landowner. For example, if you want to clear your land, then you pay me, I will clear your land and I will take up the wood for my industry. When I want to clear your land, you are not paying me, I pay you. But still cheap, around 10%. And the factory, they operate kind of traditional factory in the forest anymore. So you how much it cost? Okay, I don't want to talk about that because there's some sensitivity.
I have a question because I'm from the oil industry.
Yeah.
So what about palm oil? Like, we are one of the exporters also, right?
Yeah, we are one of the big players. We are exporting big amount of palm oil, especially to China and to Pakistan as well, to India. But we have conflict, also political conflict with India and European Union. We have issues also, but we are surviving with that. Compared to other industry, we are good actually. But Indonesia is always our close competitor because their cost is far cheaper than us. In Malaysia, when we talk about Malaysia, our cost always high. Now we are, what we call it, we have problem with the minimum wage. We have to follow the guideline given by the government, but our performance didn't improve. So how could we fulfill the minimum wage requirement? 1,500 ringgit minimum salary, and how much we can give to the graduate? Still 2,000 ringgit. because we do not have this culture, Kaizen culture in our organization. So in this class, I will emphasize on this. Improve, continuous improvement. Maybe after you finish my class, you think that you want to do the improvement. I can tell you the true scenario that I'm facing with my client. It's a multinational company, somewhere around Klang Valley. When we improve, we propose for improvement. There is objection from the shop floor, the production department. They don't want to improve because they are already in the comfort zone. Okay, talking about continuous improvement culture, it's not just problem in Malaysia actually. Not just in Malaysia. I'm not saying that Malaysia, we have a problem. It's problem in all industries, especially when we have human being working in the industry. What does it mean? You think Japan is so excellent? No. I can show you one SME. They are still traditional. They are making scissors, but they still have a lot of muda. The kilang still trouble, but they have the craftsmen who make the scissors, and they are selling the scissors abroad to the US, and the price of one scissors costs around 900 ringgit. Joel, the brand is Joel, Joel, Joels, something like that. You can Google in the internet, Joel. But the company is still traditional. Don't talk about link to them, because they are already 100 years factory. There are many factories in Kyoto, also traditional, more than 200 years. So they have a lot of problems as well. And many of their problems also similar and sometimes worse than us. So we are still okay. So how to solve this problem? Industry 4.0. We try to reduce people, but we remain the people with brain in the organization. Then we like the automation, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence to do the production, so that we can improve. Okay, that's my first slide about definition about quality. Okay, let's watch this video.
One of the most important ways to realize our vision of becoming the power base for sustainable growth and development is to embrace, integrate, and entrench quality in all phases of our project lifecycle.
Challenger, be very careful in the situation. Obviously, a major malfunction.
Nancy and I are pained to the core of the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. This is truly a national loss.
Salam sejahtera, kerja-kerja